Hi everyone, I'm Christopher, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to build this toggle switch using HTML and CSS. So this toggle switch basically has two modes. We have the off mode, which has this color of red, and then the on mode has a green color. So let's go and write some code for our toggle switch. So basically what we are going to do is our toggle switch is going to have an input element and also a span tag contained in a label tag. So let's have our label tag, and for this label tag we are not going to use this for attribute, but we'll need to give it a class of switch, and inside this label tag we're also going to have an input tag, and it's going to be of type checkbox. Now this name attribute and ID attribute we wouldn't use, so we can remove them. Then the last thing we are going to have inside our label tag is going to be a span, and this span is going to have a class of slider. So let's save this and preview in our browser. Right click, open with live server. And so basically, as we can see, we have just succeeded in creating a very basic HTML checkbox. So we can basically check and then uncheck this particular checkbox. So now we are going to start with the styling of our toggle switch, and we are going to be using inline CSS. So let's have our style tag, and the first element we are going to target is the element that has the class of switch, and also our input element. We are going to set their display to none. So the display should be set to none, meaning that they are now going to be hidden. As we can see, they are no longer being shown. Next we are going to target our slider here. So we are going to have class of slider, and we are going to have a position of absolute. Next we are going to do a cursor of pointer, and we are also going to set the height to 30 pixels. The width will set to 38 pixels. Then we are going to set a margin. So we are going to have a margin top of 10 pixels, and then we are also going to do a margin left. So margin left also of 10 pixels. Let's save all this and reload our browser, and nothing has happened so far. Let's go on. So next we are going to have a top of 0 pixels. We will also have a left of 0 pixels. We will also again have a right of 0 pixels, not O but 0. So 0 pixels, and then we also have a bottom of 0 pixels. So let's save all this, and now we are going to give our toggle switch a background color of red, and then we are going to set transition for it. So transition of 0.4 seconds. So 4 seconds. Let's save all this, and as we can see, our background color is rendered. So we are going to target our slider again, but this time we are going to target the before attribute of the slider. So we are going to have our class of slider, and we are going to target the before attribute. So before, we are going to style this. So position, of course, is going to be absolute. Then we are going to have a content of an empty string, meaning it's not going to have any content. Let's set the height to 22 pixels. We will also set the width of 15 pixels. So let's set the width to 15 pixels, and we are also going to give it a left attribute of 4 pixels. We'll give it a bottom also of 4 pixels. Then we are also going to set a background color of white. So let's have FFF, save this. And now when we go back to our browser, we can see that the button now has a background color of white. We are not done yet for this. What we are going to do finally is to have a transition of basically the same as 0.4 seconds. So let's save this. And now when we click on this, nothing is going to happen because we have not styled that yet. So what we are going to do next is to target our input element itself. So we are going to have input, and we are going to target the unchecked event. So checked, and not just only that, we are also going to target our element with the class of slider. And so over here, what we're going to do is we are going to give it a background color of green. Let's save this, reload our browser again, and when we click, you can see the color changes to green. When we click again, the color changes to a red, except that this button doesn't slide to the right and back to the left. So let's go on with our styling. We'll fix that very shortly. So next, we're also going to target our input, and we are going to target the on focus event. Not just only that, we are also going to target our element with a class of slider, and inside here we are going to have a box shadow. So a box shadow of 001 pixels, and the color is going to be set to green. So let's go back to our browser, reload, and when we click on this, you can see we have a very nice box shadow over here. What we are going to do again is basically to target our input element again, and we are going to target the checked, unchecked event, and also the element with the class of slider. And not just that, we are going to target the before attribute of that also. So I need to remove this extra column here. So what we are going to do is we are going to have a transform. We are going to translate the X value by 15 pixels. Save this, and let's reload our browser. And so when we click on this, you can see the color changes to green, and also the button slides to the right hand side. And when we click again, the button slides back to the left hand side, and the color changes to a red color. And basically that is what we had before. So you can see it's exactly the same thing as we have built here. So we have the off state, and also we have the on state. So basically that is going to be all for this video. And if you have any comments about this video, do feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if already you have not subscribed to the channel, I will urge that you subscribe so that you'll be the first to know when I upload the next video. Bye for now.